Congressman and Editor-in-Chief Steve Forbes. Not to offend you.
Well,
also,
I always hand it to you.
Well played.
What is wrong with him? By the way, by the time Biden and Harris leave office, they will have run up the debt, the federal debt, by $8.3 trillion and run down the Treasury's cash balance by $1 trillion. They are the most fiscally reckless people during my lifetime.
And to be blunt about it, Arnold, as governor, left the state in a fiscal mess, which of all people, Jerry Brown had to come in and deal with. So in terms of the future, it's not just numbers, 3 trillion, 8 trillion, 10 trillion. It's the fact that the American people's standard of living is going to take a real hit if they do a fraction of what they're promising. And that's not only bad for America, it's bad for the world. If we're in trouble, the world's in trouble. And by raising taxes, piling on regulations, which crushes small businesses, we're going to see a more powerful government. You look at the third quarter GDP, inordinately dependent on government spending. And people are reducing their savings rate from 7, now it's down to 4.7%. So they're running on gas fumes. I know they don't like gas, but that's what they're running on now. And so they continue that, we're going into a hard recession. Forget the numbers, hard recession for tens of millions of Americans.
You know, see, back in 2004, Arnold was singing a different tune about the Republican Party. Take a look at this.
I heard Humphrey saying things that sounded like socialism, which I had just left. But then I heard Nixon speak. He was talking about free enterprise, getting the government off your back, lowering the taxes and strengthening the military. But I am proud to be with the party of Abraham Lincoln, the party of Teddy Roosevelt, the party of Ronald Reagan, and the party of George W. Bush.
Steve, I think it'd be proud to be part of a party that is fighting for middle-class Americans, union workers, black Americans, Hispanics, Asians. Like, this tent truly has expanded, and when it expands, big old Arnold's like, I'm gone, I'm going to be a socialist Democrat.
Well, it is rather strange. You got the script right in 2000 when they endorsed George W. Bush. And look at the record. There's the contrast. Now finally the Trump people are hitting hard. Are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? Look at the record. Whether it's taken out Iran out from that crazy atomic deal, getting out of that crazy Paris Accord, only Trump would have done those things. Huge tax cut. We need more tax cuts, not less. The only way we're going to grow out of our problem is growing the economy. And that means getting off of people's backs, both by taxes and reducing tax rates and regulations. And Trump's laid it out. And Harris has gone in the opposite direction. The reason why she does word salad, and I hope the salad word is rescued after this campaign. Salads are good for you, but not with words. But the fact of the matter is, she has a very real socialist agenda. Rule by regulation, rule by taxation. So you're all dependent on the government. It's all about control, not prosperity for the American people, an opportunity for the American people.
I don't mean to
very basic.
I'm not going to put you on the spot, but you see how puffed up and proud Arnold was endorsing George Bush. Yeah, after getting us into the Iraq War. And George Bush never vetoed one spending bill, so he was proud of profligate spending and getting us into the Iraq War. Well done, Arnold. Now he turns tail because you're irrelevant. Let's move on to this. Auto workers in Detroit are no fans of Kamala Harris. Listen.
Because she's not qualified. She knows nothing about what's going on. She's being used as like a puppet.
Oh, that comes from lack of understanding of what a black man is struggling. I work for UAW, I work for Chrysler.
Well, because people can see right through her. You know, she's not really she's not good at scheming people. I can see right through her. I don't believe anything that she say.
Steve, the tailpipe emissions regulation forcing people to buy EVs and forcing companies, those men work for, to make them, will put them out of work, and they know it.
And they do know it. You look at what Ford reported for the third quarter, another huge multi-billion-dollar loss in electronic vehicles. General Motors is now backing off and realizing they'll wreck the company if they continue on that course. So the pressure of events, I mean, talk about coercion. They want to force us to buy EVs. They want to wreck the internal combustion engine. This was never debated, never voted on in Congress, never put for a referendum. Why? Because they know it'd be resoundingly defeated. And that's so typical of the far left. They know they can't do things in a straightforward way, hence these word salads, because the American people saw what they actually stood for. By golly, they would say no. I think they're going to say no anyway on Tuesday.
Well, and the free enterprise system actually reigns. It said, no, we don't want your electric vehicles. We're going to buy the gas combustion engines, to your point, and putting Detroit in dire straits. Steve Forbes, always wonderful to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Great pleasure. Thank you.
Great to see you.